Okay, so winter's over and it's time for me to go ahead and put this axle in my camper. I have a bent rear axle, so I got the camper on concrete. I lowered the front down, getting ready to get my jack out and everything. I got my axle from Eastern Marine, and it's a just a tube with weld-on perches, no ends. I'll be reusing all my stuff. It cost me shipped a little bit less than $200. That's all I bought so far. I haven't bought any bearing seals or anything like that, just in case I don't need to. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work. So there's the symptoms of a bent axle, and once you start looking into it, you'll find out. If you start to Google why are my trailer tires worn, it'll say, you know, on the inside or on the outside, and it'll be because you have a bent axle. That was the first indication that I had. Since then, I pretty much worn out all my trailer tires, moving them around. So these tires are pretty old. They're original to the camper from 09. I'm going to say 09 on them. So after I get this axle in, it'll be time to get a new set. All right, so this is how far we are now. So the process really for doing this is to jack up the back, which I'm not using my jacks because they're too damaged from going through the North Carolina mountains. Thanks to Uncle Mike, my Aunt Jen. So I got a high lift. I got my jack stands in the back up. So when you get it to this position, then you want to jack up the axle, take the tire off. I went ahead and buzzed the U-bolts out a little bit since I had it up high, broken loose. Took the brake backing plate off. I did have to cut the wires because the old axle, the Dexter axle, the wires run through the center of it. In the new axle, they don't. So I'll throw in the wires on the outside. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and move to the other side and go from there. Ordered my axle. As you can see, everything is the right length, which is good. I just had to weld my perches on, so I'm not sure how I'm going to exactly do that, but I'm probably going to clean the axle up, put them underneath, and then tack them, and then roll it over and weld them because they're welded on the bottom side. So when you're looking for your axle, the correct one, see on there it says hub face 86 and the spring perch I think is a 68. Spring center is the SC. So when you order your new one, that's what you got to order. Unfortunately, I couldn't get one that had the perches in the right spot, so I'll have to do that part myself. So we're going to go look at this a little bit, and I'm going to kind of try to demonstrate to you, you know, what's the deal with the axle and why it wore and why and all that. So let's see if we can get that. So if you can make that out right off the bat, you can see that it sits down about a ½ inch in the center, give or take, compared to the new one. But I'll show you exactly what the deal is with this axle that came off my camper here in a second. So I'm trying to highlight right here that you can see there's this light through there where it's sitting in flush on the end, flush here, and there's this deal right here. So what happened with my axle was it didn't seem like it bent in the center. It seemed like it bent out here, out on the end. So like maybe right before the spring perch or something, if I had to guess. Hopefully I'm not skipping around too much. I set the axles up next to each other, marked it, ground a little bit of paint off, set them up again, measure my perches out, set them up on blocks. I'm going to just tack them the way they are, and I'm going to roll the axle over and go ahead and burn them in. I'm going to try to keep the heat to a minimum so it doesn't bend the tube or anything. I got my stick welder out. Should just take me a few minutes.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Alright, just like that, it's done. Keep in mind, this isn't your 68 big block Chevelle drag car or whatever. It's just a trailer camper axle. So, not a big deal. I'm going to clean everything up, throw some paint on it, let it cool down a little bit, toss it back in the camper. Alright, as you can see, I got my axle all back together, camper's all set back up. I went ahead and repacked the bearings. I'm going to go ahead and put a new set of jacks on the back since mine were messed up. So first of all, I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to apologize for the audio. Seems like it got messed up and it was out of sync. I've got the new GoPro 7 and I went ahead and did the update and did the firmware and all that, and it seemed like it was working okay, so we'll see. The other thing is, so on like a 1 to 5 wrenches, this job is like a 3 wrench, just because of the welding and stuff like that, because of the axle I got. If it weren't for the welding and you could just get a bolt-in axle, it'd be an easy, you know, one and a half wrench job. I mean, anybody can do it. Wasn't really too big of a deal. So anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope it does some good out there on the web and on YouTube, and maybe help somebody out down the line. And please, again,
please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me out. Thanks again.